Alright guys, it's Sure Shot Midget here, so got a pretty cool gun to do a video on. Sorry if I look a little gross, just got finished playing Airsoft in the rain, so I'm always looking gross, let's be honest. But I forget what state this came out of. I try to remember the states. I think it's Michigan. No, the V12 that I just worked on was from Michigan. I forget what state this came out of. I tried to mention that. That's just a cool, thing to mention. But anyways, this is a base of a KRYTAC, but it's got a completely different gearbox. It's a Franken gun, pretty much. But let's just go ahead and start from the back and go to the front. We have a Magpul stock on here, CTR. I don't know if it's a real one or an Airsoft one. It's got the butt pad on there. It's got a sling mount system here that uses QD sling swivels. So it's got one on the back, one on the left and right side, which is pretty cool. A lot of milsim people will use slings. I don't. I just use one gun. A lot of people will when they play milsims, they'll carry a sidearm, and obviously you can sling this and use your sidearm. It's got a KRYTAC body, Mark 1. It's got a PTS pistol grip. It's the one with the back plate here. Metal body, obviously. Flip up front and rear sight. Those are KAC style. It's got a, I think this is an Avengers T1 on here. Pretty cool. Quick detach mount. Got an American flag. That's also really cool. He also has a Night Evolution flashlight with a pressure pad on this side, which is currently out of battery. He also has a PEC box, which does work. Obviously, it would have maybe a green and red laser and a flashlight, which isn't super bright, but a lot of people just use these for looks. It's got a Mark 18 rail system on here in black, AFG on the front, and a PTS suppressor, no foam in it, and that flash hider. So the owner of the gun plays indoors, he said. His FPS limit is 360. This shooting about 340, so under the limit, no problem. I think he said he also plays outdoor, but it is a CQB gun. As far as internals, it's got a ASG 40K boost, retro arms straight trigger with a BTC Spectre Mark II, the Bluetooth one, brand new. It's got a, what piston is in here? SHS metal rack piston with a Lancer Tactical nozzle, SHS 1301 gears with a Lonex sector chip. It's got the gearbox itself is A&K base. I don't know if I mentioned that. So it's got like an A&K tappet plate, A&K steel bushings, A&K shell, which is a quick change, which is actually a pretty cool feature that A&K finally started doing. So it has a Matrix M110 spring, and it is short stroke by 2 teeth. So full stroke, it would have probably landed about 375. So obviously, one tooth would have done it and probably shoot 355. But I did 2. It's got a A&K full cylinder, which is nice. As far as rate of fire, shooting a little bit above 30. The battery in here is a really old battery. I have a second battery we're going to test it with. This one's a fully charged 2000 milliamp, which won't fit this stock, but it'll probably be shooting 35 with this full charge. What else? I don't think I'm missing any internals whatsoever. Hop-up wise, it is a stock KRYTAC hop-up with a stock bucking, and I believe it's a stock barrel. I did purchase a modified flat hop bucking and nub, and it just didn't shoot very good. The hop-up had to be almost all the way up, and it would overhop, and I'd turn it down one click, and then it would underhop. So it wasn't being perfect. So I put the stock stuff back in here, and it shoots better, and it shoots pretty good. Only a 340 feet per second gun, you're only going to get certain range out of it, probably 170 feet, but still, that's actually pretty decent in terms of things. So as it starts raining pretty hard, let's just go ahead and get a chrono test out here. I've got a high cap with .2s, which is what I really recommend him to use. As far as settings, I have no precocking and light active braking, so it's kind of bare bones settings, nothing crazy whatsoever. Alright, this is with a little bit of overhop. Let me actually turn it down. There, that's good. So through the chrono, 330, 335, 331, 334, 318, that was a drop, 332, 330, 331, 330, 326, 330, 326. So pretty consistent. It's about 1 joule with a .2. Alright, so I'm back with it. I had some issues with it, so I had to work on it, and then it's the next day. So it's still shooting 330 feet per second, which is a good 1 joule with a .2. Still using .2s. I have a high cap here, and then I will try a mid cap because he wants to be able to use mid caps indoors for semi-auto, and then high caps outdoors for full auto. So with the settings, I'm on full auto and 0 added precocking and minimum active braking. So this is a 11.1 25 to 50C. It's about half charge. Shoots pretty good on semi-auto. Let's try full auto. As far as rate of fire, I can tell with this battery, again, it's a 25 to 50C, which is a decent discharge, but it's half charged. And that's probably a good 34 rounds a second. And as you can, let's try a mid cap on semi. No problem on semi. Let's try a little bit of full. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. It'll shoot like, it'll skip a few and then it'll start to feed. But so it's iffy on mid caps. If you get some really good mid caps, I'm sure they would feed on full auto. But I would just use high caps. You're going to get a lot more ammo out of it, and especially if you're allowed to use a lot of full auto. You know, people at 50, 100 feet, 150 feet, even 200 feet, you can just pop a high cap in here and just go ham and just unload a bunch of BBs. By the time that the BBs get to the person, 1 joule muzzle velocity, you're probably going to be like 0.7 joules at 100 feet hitting somebody. So even if you get hit 10 times, there's no reason for people to complain. I just don't get it. So, as you can see there, you know, this is probably like 140 feet, and it can pepper anything. If you have any questions about this gun or anything, let me know. I've been really busy, so I have a lot of guns videos that are going to be coming out, some gameplays and stuff. So stay tuned. I have like three videos to upload on guns, including this one, so 2 more plus this, 2 gameplays, and I have 2 guns that I'm working on right now as well. So they're just going to keep pumping out. So there's not going to be any lack of content, trust me. Last year during the winter, I say it slowed down for people sending me stuff, but this year business for me has been pretty booming. So thanks to you guys. So hit me up if you want me to work on